know what it is about boy bands that take up so much space in my head, first as a child and still now as an adult, but that's not the discussion of today's video. Hi, my name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel where I talk about literally anything that comes to mind, which can be both a good and a bad thing, but I guess we'll see. Based on the title of this video, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about. Unless you don't, then you just want to hear me yap about something for like 15 minutes. Thank you. Appreciate that. So to understand the whole topic of today, I'm going to need you to grasp the idea of Disney Channel, the Jonas Brothers, and One Direction. Combine them together, you got it. Okay, let's get started. Forever in Your Mind was an American pop boy band consisting of Emery Kelly, Ricky Garcia, and originally John Klassen, who later left the band to pursue a solo career, and he was replaced with Kelly's cousin, Liam Attridge. So to start today's story, we have to travel back all the way to 2013, when Miley Cyrus was in her bangers era and American Apparel was at its all-time peak, giving rise to one of the best pop songs of 2014 ever. Now we're starting on season 3 of the hit TV show X Factor US. Auditioning is Emery Kelly as a solo, and Ricky Garcia and John Klassen, who are in a group together. Both Kelly and Garcia did not make it past the first round, but everyone's favorite judge, Simon Cowell, saw potential in both of them and decided to put Emery, Ricky, and John all into one group, naming them Forever in Your Mind. I don't know why Simon Cowell's personal brand is just to get involved with every boy band in existence, but I digress. Together they sang Love Bug by the Jonas Brothers, but were eliminated from the show before the final 16. Fun fact, this season's winners are Alex and Sierra, aka Sierra Deaton, aka Luke Hemmings' wife. Crazy. Music world is so small. Despite the loss, they stayed together, and on November 7th, they released their first music video for their first single, She Lights the World. On December 5th, they released their first Christmas song, This Feels Just Like Christmas. Emphasis on first, keep that in mind. In June of 2014, John Klassen leaves the band to pursue a solo career, and he ended up on American Idol. I'm pretty sure he made it pretty far, so go him. His spot was replaced by Liam Attridge, aka Emery Kelly's cousin. On July 25th, they released She Lights the World 2.0, this time with Liam instead of John. Messy. Just kidding. On December 2nd, they released their second Christmas song, Naughty List, not to be confused with the hit song by Liam Payne and Dixie D'Amelio. On December 24th, they released their third Christmas song, a cover of Winter Wonderland, featuring Jordan Jones. Just to recap, the only songs they have out so far is 2 versions of the same song in 3 Christmas songs. It's a little messy, Hi, editing me here. I forgot to mention this, but during this time, they were doing like every cover under the sun on YouTube. You can go check, they have Taylor Swift, One Direction, Nick Jonas, every person ever, pretty much. So that's what they were doing during this time because there wasn't a lot going on, so they were keeping themselves busy. They also went on the One Direction Where We Are tour. Very cool. They were there. They have a video about it on their YouTube, so. On March 12th, 2015, they released their technical non-Christmas single, Sweet Little Something. There was also a second version of this with Jordan Jones featured, and that was released on the 15th with a music video. During 2015, they were part of Digitour and toured across the US with other performers like Jesse McCartney and Fifth Harmony. So if you're confused and don't know what Digitour is, that's so fair. I also had no idea what it was and still kind of don't, but this is what I've gathered. It seems like it was the same energy as MagCon, if you are aware of that, except the performers had actual talent, minus Shawn Mendes, of course. Shout out Shawn Mendes. According to the Wikipedia page, the first tour started in 2011, and apparently Britney Spears was there. I don't know. I don't really know if that's true, but whatever. But most of the performances, it seemed like it was just small venues, like James Charles singing in the mall, that kind of vibe. On June 26th, the show Best Friends Whenever premiered on Disney Channel featuring Ricky as the character Naldo. Emery also made an appearance in the first episode. The group's song Whenever is featured as the theme song for the show. On August 23rd, the 1970s flashback episode of the show Best Friends Whenever, the band's cover of Shake Your Booty by Casey and the Sunshine Band is featured. And in November, the band signed a deal with Hollywood Records. On December 5th, they released their 4th Christmas song, Wrapped Up for Christmas, which has an accompanying music video. This is still on my Christmas playlist, okay? I'll put it out there. Yeah, it's an absolute bop. On January 20th, 2016, High School Musical had its 10-year anniversary special on Disney Channel, for which Forever in Your Mind did a medley of songs from the movie. They also released a medley featuring songs from old DComs and recent ones, including Wildside from Adventures in Babysitting, a movie that probably no one watched except for me and my sister. but whatever. Shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. This Is Me and Gotta Find You from Camp Rock, Cruisin' for a Bruisin' from Teen Beach Movie, Rotten to the Core from Descendants, and Breaking Free from High School Musical. On April 29th, they released the single and music video for Hurricane from their upcoming EP. This song has not left my headspace literally since. I actually think about this a lot more often than I probably should, but every time I hear the word hurricane, the song just starts playing. I also have a really embarrassing story about this song that I could share, but I'm definitely not going to. Maybe another day. I kind of value the reputation I have so far, okay? On May 1st, the group presented an award at the 2016 Radio Disney Music Awards. I could not find what award it was because the site doesn't exist anymore and the Wayback Machine was not helping me, so screw you, Disney. What the heck? On July 1st, their first EP, FIYM, is released, the tracklist consisting of Hurricane, Enough About Me, Compass, and Whistle. I don't know if this did well commercially, but it definitely did for me. It was definitely like multi-platinum in my house, so that's for sure. Here's some tea about this, okay? Both Enough About Me and Compass have music videos, okay? And I know this because Disney Channel would air them along with Hurricane all the time. Like, whenever there was a commercial break, you were seeing Compass for the 5th time that day. So because of that, I thought that they were also singles, Enough About Me and Compass. I thought they were also singles. I've come to find out during this research, they're not singles. What the hell? That's so rude. They're great songs, by the way. They're fantastic songs. So I think it's really rude that they weren't singles, but like, why would they have a music video if they weren't singles? So weird. So weird. But then Whistle has the worst end of the stick ever. Not only is it not a single, it doesn't even have a music video. Did they forget about Whistle? I think they forgot about Whistle. It's not my favorite song by them, but it's still like a decent song. I don't know. Sorry, rant over. In August, Disney Channel greenlit a pilot starring the 3 boys that was titled Forever Boys. The premise of the show was that 3 brothers were bitten by a vampire in the 1950s at like a concert, and then after years of hiding, they came back out as a boy band into the world, as thanks to their manager. So this series was set to debut in 2017 if it was picked up. It was unfortunately not. Personally, I would have absolutely loved this show. Oh my gosh, like I think that I would have ate this up. I probably would have been the only person. But that's besides the point, guys. Like I really think that they should have taken that chance. I think that Disney absolutely missed with this one. Then again, I probably would have been the only person watching it, like when Lab Rats Elite Force was airing. On August 28th, the band attended the MTV VMAs, and this clip is so funny to me because there's just like a person holding the sign like of their name, which is like so fair. Like nobody knew who they were, okay? Like that's so fair, but like that's just so funny. In later 2016, the band opened for Olivia Holt of Had Me at Hello fame on her Rise of Phoenix tour. On October 9th, they performed with Olivia Holt at the 2016 TJ Martell Family Foundation Day in Los Angeles. On November 18th, they released their final Christmas song, Celebrate, It's Christmas, as part of the Disney Channel Holiday Hits album. And here is my ranking of all their Christmas songs. On April 28th, 2017, the band released 2 standalone singles, Smooth and Missing. On August 27th, they attended the 2017 MTV VMA. On November 14th, they released their single Rabbit Hole that would appear on their upcoming EP. On January 12th, 2018, they released their second EP, Euphoric, which included the tracks Rabbit Hole, Night Ride, Dirty Laundry, and Exit. On the same day, they appeared on the Zach Sang Show, where they met some hot waters. It's the First Sister scandal. Crazy, crazy. So in the interview, Zach asked if they considered themselves a boy band, which they say no. I feel like that's a story I've heard before, but I really can't remember where. Anyway, then he goes on to list some boy bands like at the time, like Why Don't We and Raise Yourself, BTS. Ricky, to say the least, is like a huge fan of BTS. When BTS is brought up, he's like, I love BTS. Like, shout out Ricky. We love Ricky. And then Emery says that he likes their music, like he just has listened to it. He's like, yeah, their music is good. And the only person who just really can't get into it is Liam, because he just doesn't understand it, quite literally. Like, he does not understand the lyrics because it's not English. Now the comments on that video are coming for all of them for some reason, which is like just completely not fair because Ricky was fighting for the rights of BTS, and I just think that he should deserve some credit. The hate itself was directed more towards the dismissal of their music just because it's not English, which is a kind of rhetoric that BTS got a lot. I think that they probably still do. I know a lot of K-pop still does face this today, but back in 2018, like, it was bad. I remember being there, it was not good. I don't know if this is a predominantly American trait or if they face this in other places, but most of the racism was coming from pretty much just America, because God forbid Americans listen to anything that's not English. What a concept. No, they didn't get formally canceled on Twitter for this, because that really wasn't much of a thing, but it didn't really make any headlines, so it wasn't that big of a deal for them, but it's just something that happened. On March 23rd, the first season of Alexa and Katie airs on Netflix, starring Emery Kelly as Lucas Mendoza. The second season released later that year, which Liam and Ricky made appearances as Stephen Cameron, who joined a band with Emery's character. Shocking. They performed on the season 2 finale at Alexa's Sweet 16. On March 24th, they attended the Kids' Choice Awards. On April 9th, they announced the Euphoric Tour promoting their second EP. Something I thought was really funny about the promotional photo for this, it says up close and personal experience with Emery, Ricky, and Liam. Like, what does that mean? What was happening on this tour? Like, what is a personal, like up close experience? I don't know. That's so funny. Fun fact, I was still a huge fan when they announced this tour, and I remember begging my mom to go. Like, I wanted to go so bad. She said no because she was like, I'm not taking you to a random state to go see this band I've never heard of, because they didn't have any in my state, which is so fair. That's so fair of her, but it's like, it really like crushed my soul. So if anyone went on this tour, like, please comment what happened. Like, I need to know so bad. I'm so jealous that I did not get to go. Just a message to the band. They're not watching this, I'm aware, but like, if we can get this out there, please do a reunion tour, especially like this. I want to be there so bad. Like, you don't understand. Like, if no one buys tickets, I will be there. Throw a concert for me. Like, what the heck? The tour itself had 16 stops, starting in Minneapolis on May 19th and ending in Salt Lake City on June 20th. On June 23rd, they attended the 2018 Radio Disney Music Awards. On October 28th, they released their last single to date, Let Go. So you might be wondering, what happened to the band? Did they break up? Are they still together? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. They haven't made any music since 2018, so it's safe to say that the musical aspect of this band is gone. They're not making music. But there was no official statement on like Instagram or anything. I mean, like, even One Direction did that. The most recent post from their Instagram was from 2023, celebrating 10 years. So do with that what you will. And before that, they were only posting one photo per year. Also, if you go back and look on their most recent post from Instagram, it's just like a bunch of people in the comments being like, BTS karma. There's like one person that keeps doing it. And you know what? That happened so long ago, but the fact that they still all that is so funny to me. Like, I think that's actually hilarious. Starting off with Emery Kelly, from his Instagram, it seems like he's still making music. No, I don't think it's like his full-time profession, but he still does it. And as far as acting goes, the most recent project he was in was Hulu's Prom Dates. I didn't mention this earlier, but he also made an appearance in Dog with a Blog as Avery's love interest in 2015. So I just felt that that was really weird to throw in there. As for Liam, he hasn't posted anything since 2023. He didn't really post a lot before that, so yeah. He likes Star Wars though. Moving on. Anyway, for Ricky, as a general overview, he still acts. Most recent thing he was in was Finding Ohana on Netflix, which came out in 2021. I believe he still does music, but it's not like a full-time thing from what I could tell. He got married in 2023, and he's friends with Joshua Bassett, crossover of the century. That's crazy. Before I get into this next section, I have to mention a very triggering thing. So if you are not comfortable with that, please skip to this part of the video. That's completely fine. But this is a very serious thing, so I just wanted to make sure that the mood change was there. So in 2019, Ricky sued his former manager and others him beginning when he was 12. There's a lot of details in the article that I read, and I'll link that down below, but I don't think that I can like talk about it without like crying, because it's so bad. Briefly put, it's just like really disturbing. So yeah, if you want to read it, then it's down below. In March of 2023, the LA jury found his former manager guilty, and Garcia won $6.5 million in this lawsuit. I didn't want to dwell on this for very long, but it felt weird not to mention it in this video, just considering I'm digging into these people's lives. That being said, Ricky, so proud of you. Oh my god, I know he's not watching this, but just putting it out there, so proud of you. And to anyone else out there who's also a survivor or even in that situation, you can do it. I'm so proud of you for acknowledging what's happening, and I hope that you can get help. That's probably so weird to come from a stranger on the internet, but truly. Okay. On a lighter note, do you remember John? I know he was only in the band for like 1 year, but whatever. We have to go see him anyway. From his Instagram, because apparently that's the only thing I can use to research, by the way. He still makes music, but he's also married and has a son, and him and his wife are also expecting another child. So shout out John. I don't know if I've made it clear or not from my videos that I'm incapable of liking something without hyperfixating to an astronomical level, but this was no exception for me. Do I want a reunion? Absolutely. Like, I think they would be really rude if they didn't do a reunion, and they should do it just for me. They should see this video and be like, this is our sign, and I will buy tickets. I'm finally in LA where all the concerts are. Please, for the love of God, please come here. I think this reunion is a lot more likely than a One Direction reunion. Just saying. Speaking of One Direction, you should go watch my video talking about the alleged 2020 One Direction reunion. Sorry. Okay. If anyone was wondering, I still do listen to their music. All the time, actually. It's on a lot of my playlists. It's kind of a problem, actually. But like, I'm just, at the end of the day, I am a sucker for generic pop music, bonus points if it is sung by attractive men. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. I have a lot more videos in this style coming up, so if that fills the niche that you like to watch on YouTube, please subscribe. And comment if you had any knowledge about this band before I started talking about it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and that's all the yapping I have for today. Bye bye!